Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. We are going to jump into just some market exploration. I'm going to be buying some cards because I just sold a big card. I want to talk about why I'm selling cards, and then I want to show you what I'm shopping for, and because that's part of the whole thing where I talked to you previously about trying to identify value and ignore price and get good deals so that you can grow the value of your deck. I don't know if it's going to be a long video, probably be a shorter video. Before we get into it, though, I wanted to mention that I just released this new video, Splinterlands Cheap Land, and it's got 5 considerations that you should probably understand and fully explore for yourself. And I'm going to help you do that in order for you to be able to understand what land might be and why you shouldn't buy some. So I think it's a good video. I spent a lot of time on it. This one in particular just felt like a long, kind of almost an essay where I needed to craft the supporting beams before building putting it all together. So hopefully you enjoy that one. And it's heading into the weekend, it'll be nice to have something longer to try and digest over the Saturday, Sunday when things for me slow down. Okay. So let's look at, first of all, let me go over to Peak Monsters, a new window. So I sold a card. I sold a Haunted Spirit card. Market history. Yesterday, I sold the Haunted Spirit Beta Edition Level 8 for $1,250 or 159,000 Dark Energy Crystals. There's a 5% market fee. And as you can see, I've got $1,217 in my account. Now, this is a big sale for me. This card probably cost me $20 to $40. I don't remember how much. And here it is. And I've had it for at least a year, maybe 2 years. So, it's a great card. If you don't know what the Haunted Spirit is, we can go have a look at it. We'll go Beta, Death. It's a great card. It just was a matter of the value, the price of the card exceeding the value to me personally. And then when you do a cost benefit analysis and you ask yourself, like, what could I do with $1,250? How else could I invest that in this game that I might grow it faster? Because I think there's ways. So this is the Haunted Spirit, and at max level, which mine was, it has 5 mana cost, 4 damage, 3 speed, 0 armor, 10 heals, void, magic reflect, and self heal. So it's a great, inexpensive tank. It's an excellent card, but it's a beta. And my betas, I'm just not convinced that I'm going to be wanting to use my betas as I move into the new modern format. I don't personally have any beta summoners or any alpha summoners, so I'm not likely going to be competing in the wild format, at least not from I'm not going to be deeply successful in that format. The wild format, if you're not aware, is going to be the league that will allow you to utilize old monster cards, alpha, betas, and promos. And the modern format is going to allow you to use untamed dice in some of the promos. My gear is mostly untamed focused. And so I'm setting up to thin my collection a little bit with some of these ones that I think are overpriced. Not saying this is a bad card, just saying for the value, I can recommit that in new ways to grow my collection value. So that's why I sold it. I'm not sure how much utility I'm going to get out of it. It's a beta. I'm not sure how competitive I'm going to be in that league setting. So if I can sell it for such a massive amount of money, what else could I do with $1,250? Right? That's the question in front of me. So I sold it. And so I start poking around in here, like just looking at I look for promo, reward, untamed, and dice. These are the more modern cards. And I'm going to be focused on making a stronger deck that's going to be able to compete in the competitive modern league. And there's some cards here I don't have maxed out. There's some good cards here. Like I see a Charlark Minotaur level 8 for $55. That's That's the cheapest one here at 25 cents per unit. And then see, like I've always told you, you buy bulk, you get a discount. So 25 cents instead of 30. This is a good card, you know? And you have to remember that some of the betas and alphas aren't going to be useful anymore. I'm not going to have my pit ogre. So which front end tank am I going to be utilizing? Maybe sometimes it'll be Charlock. Chain. Oh, this one's tempting. 24.7 cents, $99. I don't love this card that much, but I think that's probably a good deal. Still, I'm walking away from it. Harvester. I just don't feel strongly about this card. It's okay, but no. Demented Shark, as you can see, I loaded up a level 3. Not very much, but maybe I can maybe it can help out. Oh, it looks like it sold while I was waiting. No, there it is. We got this. About that one too. Take that one also. And maybe I can help out some of my guild mates who need some of these lower level cards. And meanwhile, I can hold on to them. If you don't know, the delegation system in this game allows you to borrow your friends' cards and they still remain your asset. They're totally secure because of the blockchain. It's a trustless system. And as a result, they can enjoy and I can hold on to the asset and watch it appreciate with time. And then if friends don't want to use it, I can rent it out to strangers for profit. What else do we got here? Phantasm. Phantasm. Asset right in front of me. I think I took a Flamesmith, didn't I? Flamesmith level 4. So what am I doing here? I'm buying the cheapest copy of some of these cards, right? I'm not coming all the way down here and buying the expensive version. I'm coming in and I'm looking, okay, that's a relatively low amount of BCX. That's going to be very liquid. It's going to be easy to resell. And they're giving me a deal, 55 cents per BCX as opposed to, call it, you know, somewhere in 65 to 75 is the price for these cards, right? So arguably, I'd say this could be a flip candidate, actually. You know, when we talk about flipping cards, you could buy this for 55 cents and relist it right away for 82. And that's 50% profit opportunity. And then just wait and sit and wait until it sells. I think it will. So, you know, that's a strong card. And it's 5 cents cheaper than the next cheapest one. So again, those are all indicating to me that this is particularly inexpensive. This seller is particularly eager. I want to buy when people are desperate to sell. Maggots. I looked at the maggots. I couldn't see anything. There's not a big price differential between this guy and say this guy. So then I just kind of close the door and move on. Who else did we get? Demented Shark. We looked at that. Barking Spider. We didn't look at that. Barking Spider is a card I feel I really enjoy. And look at this, 37 cents. The next closest one is 42. That's a big discount. And it just, right here is 44 cents. So I just feel strongly that this person was, you know, over eager. And so I'm going to buy that eagerness. It's only 168 bucks. But, you know, I think each of these cards is still relatively flush in the market. And as we move to a place where these cards become more and more rare, which is, I always tell you, is the case, these things, they get combined together and then there's less liquidity. And when there's less liquidity and there's increased demand, that's what you get the price spikes. And suddenly your Haunted Spirit is worth 1,200 bucks. And suddenly your Demented Shark in a year is worth, you know, who knows? That's a strong card, Demented Shark. It's got the Inspire. It's got, you know, a fair amount of damage. It reminds me a lot of the Silver Shield Knight, right? It's got the Inspire. It's got a decent amount of damage, good speed, a decent amount of hit points, 1 armor. It's a lot like the Life Splinter card, Silver Shield Knight. It's a great card. I'm going to buy those two. And that one too. Yeah. It's still really cheap. You know, I'm saving a lot of money. This money is going to go towards packs, and I've listed other cards also because I feel really strongly about what I introduced this video with, the idea that some of these cards that I own are worth so much that the price outweighs the value to me. And when that happens, I feel sentimental sometimes. Like I don't want my Haunted Spirit to be gone. I want keep that card forever because it's a great card and it was my first tank on the black team. And I actually have kind of a fondness for that card. But this is a business also, and I want to maximize my returns. So I just flip that and reinvest it in ways that I think are going to grow more dramatically between now and next year. I think the Haunted Spirit is going to continue to go up in price, but I think some of these cards are going to go up, 10x or 100x before the Haunted Spirit goes up 10x again. That's my view on it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my view on it. I'm just popping in. I'm quickly looking. Is there one card in the list that's super inexpensive compared to the rest of them? If there is, that catches my eye. I'm kind of just clicking on whichever monsters grab my attention. $1.20 per BCX. No, too expensive. Sea Genie, this card. I remember when this was a penny each. Now it's $1. And this card is not unique. The idea that's at work here is that the Sea Genie was in issuance, it was being printed, and the supply was just saturating the market. And so the price was low. But then slowly that supply dries up as people buy it to maximize their own card. And when they do that, the cost of the remaining few cards that are around start to spike in price. It's happened before. It's going to happen again. And that's why I come in here looking for cards that are quote unquote cheap, right? Now I'm already getting into the place where it's like $1.30, $1.50. These cards are like, no bueno. No thanks. So I'm going to just move over quickly. I'm going to look at my golds, the available gold, same number of cards, promo reward on tamed dice. And again, same thing. We're looking for cheapies. They're unusually cheap. One of them that happens to be, 20% cheaper than the others. That's going to be an indication that there's a bargain to be had. It might happen and it might not, but we just give it a look. We spend 10 minutes looking at the market to see, is there something here we can do? Is there a deal that can be made where I can walk away happy and I can carry that asset moving forward and just be like, look at this. This is $1.20 cheaper than that one. Sure. Yes, please. And I love the Flamesmith. The Flamesmith, in my opinion, is one of the most powerful archery units on red because of the repair and because of the shatter and because of repair and shatter. I love it. The Naga Brute. Oh, the Barking Spider. See, this is interesting. The $1.20 cheaper than this one per unit. Not cheap, but it's interesting. It's almost maxed out. For $100, is that right? Okay, no, my bad. It's only level 6. It's doing 2 archery damage, 3 speed, 5 hearts. It has the blind function. That's a big deal. It's tempting. Really, really, yes, we're going to take that. Barking Spider deals. Gold bargain hunting. That's what we're doing, guys. Horny Toad's an interesting card. Got the poison. It's got the low hit points, the decent attack amount. Of course, I love the Magma Troll. More deals right now. I check Naga. 14. We're already getting to a place where I'm kind of saying, nope, we're a little too expensive already. 15. 17. No, it's only a little bit. Maggots. Look at the bid prices. $9.60 for the high bid, and the market price is 15. So if you came in here and listed at 10, he said, give me it for 10. There's a decent chance you're going to get this card that's worth 15. This is something we've never talked about. This is deal hunting, and this is the natural kind of me showing you what I know as it happens, because I don't always think about everything. I can't have it all documented in a 1 through 1,000 steps, but it just pops up in front of you, and then you say, oh, look at that opportunity. So what am I talking about? This is a good card, Maggots, gold foil. It's good because it's got opportunity and scavenge. It's at high level. It's very powerful. I win all the time with this. And the the Badger and the Skeleton Assassin doing like a sneak attack opportunity play, that they're very inexpensive and super powerful, and then you amp them up with the Shadowy Presence and hopefully a Lord of Destruction on the front end. It wins all the time. But look at this. The high bid is $9.60. If you put in a bid, I'm going to put in a bid right now. I'm going to go $10. 10. We're going to say I'll buy 5 of them for 5 up to. I'm willing to pay $10 per BCX. I'm willing to buy 5 of them, meaning $50. And I'm willing to buy someone's card that has 5 BCX built into it. So it could be one card worth $50 or 5 individual cards worth $10 each. And I'm going to confirm. So I'm now going to be the leader on that bid. And now if somebody comes in and changes their price, or they see, they're going to see in a moment that the highest bid is $10, not $9.60. And then maybe they're willing to sell them for $10. Maybe this guy comes back and says, well, I don't want to wait anymore. And look, there's somebody who's willing to give me 10. So suddenly the order will just fill. And if it did, what could I do right away? What do you see in front of you that I could do right away? How about relist it for a 50% profit? If I buy it for 10, I can relist for 15 and I'll be the cheapest, or 14 and I'll be a 40% profit, undercutting the low guy. So this is like what big whales do with like SPS when they get involved in the angel investing, like the pre-sale. They buy it for really cheap, and then when they can dump it on the market as they see fit. Of course, Splinterlands has done good things to kind of mitigate how that unfolds, but the point is still the same. If you buy it, if you have an avenue to get it very inexpensively, and you have the money to just sit there and kind of throw out bids, this is a real possibility for some profit right there. This is another card I really like, but I'm not going to pay that kind of price. I actually need to look at that card in the regular format. I'm not quite maxed out on mine. $1 now? Wow. I might have to buy that though, because I really want to get up to the two hit points. Let me quickly go over to here and check my collection. And then I want to look at, there's a neutral, I think. Battering ram. I have 220. Oof. I'm going to need to spend essentially $1 times 180. I'm going to need to spend $180 to max this thing out. I don't know. I'm going to do it. That's 100. That's 83 plus 100 is 183. This might be cuckoo of me. You know what? I'm going to do it. I would like this card. I think it's powerful, especially at 2. It's a card that is new, so it's going to help me in the modern format of battle. It's neutral, so it affects all of my splinters. Also, look at the high bid, and the high bid is $1.03, whereas the market value is 93. Whenever the bid is higher than the market value, that's a card that I find is usually going to go up in price more, because the bid is very rarely the price of the market. And so sometimes what happens is the bid gets set, and that might have been high a week ago, and then suddenly the market people start snagging copies off the market because the bid is so like relatively low, and then suddenly the market adjusts. Like, what would it take to push this a little bit higher? After I buy these 3, there's going to be 17. There's going to be about 120 copies for around $1. And then all of these individuals, there's maybe, how many are on the market? 500 are on the market. You need 400 to make a maxed out copy. See my point? This thing, yeah, we're doing that. We're buying those. I'm buying all those. Okay. Now what have we spent? This is $500. Oh, somebody bought my Demented Shark. was my Demented Shark. Okay, so look, $500 worth of cards right there. Charlock, Demented Shark, Phantasm, Barking Spider, Magma Troll, Flames. You can see a ton of Demented Sharks. Flamesmith, a ton of Battering Rams, 65,000 DEC. Go. And I've still got 700 US dollars that I received from my Haunted Spider. All of those cards, I just bought an army of cards that make my deck stronger and that give me increased assets that I can sell in the future as they appreciate. And I did it all. Plus, I get 700 bucks left over, all while selling one card. That's what I talk about when I'm saying, identify value. Sell what's overpriced, buy what's underpriced, and then you're going to grow your deck and build, your wealth through Splinterlands. Spending your time and attention looking through a marketplace and looking through your own deck to see how you might flip in this way. I hope that's helpful. And as always, guys, I appreciate your time and your attention. Have an amazing day. God bless.